Adam, can I give zakat to non-Muslims?
In a previous video, we explained what Zakat and Sadaqa mean in the Quran and the difference between them. The link to that video is in the description. We clarified that Zakat is a broad term that means purifying yourself in different ways, one of which is giving money to the needy. This is called Sadaqa. We also touched briefly on the general Quranic command to spend. In this video, I'll explain who we can give charity to according to the Quran, and whether Allah restricted it only to Muslims.
Sounds good. Let's go over the term spend in the Quran.
The word spend in the Quran simply means to spend from the wealth you have. This can be on family, charity, trade, buying things for yourself, or anything else. That's why when Allah specifically mentions giving to charity, family isn't included. Spending on your family isn't considered charity, it's an obligation.
Yes, I have noticed that. Family is included only when the general term spend is mentioned, not when zakat or sadaqah are mentioned.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 215, they ask you what they should spend. Say, whatever you spend of good is to be for parents, relatives, orphans, the needy, and the traveler. And whatever you do of good, indeed Allah is knowing of it. In this verse, parents and relatives are mentioned because it's about general spending. Also, in chapter 2, verse 177, Allah said, righteousness is not in turning your faces toward the east or the west, but true righteousness is in one who believes in Allah, the last day, the angels, the book, and the prophets, and who gives wealth, despite loving it, to relatives, orphans, the needy, the traveler, those who ask for help, and for freeing slaves.
Okay, understood. Spending your wealth as a general term includes all kinds of spending, and part of that is giving charity. So who exactly can I give charity to? And can I give it to non-Muslims?
Omar, you can give charity to anyone in need, Muslim or not. Nowhere in the Quran does Allah restrict zakat or sadaqah to Muslims only. In fact, Allah said in chapter 60, verse 8, Allah does not forbid you from those who do not fight you because of religion and do not expel you from your homes, from being righteous toward them and acting justly toward them. Indeed, Allah loves those who act justly. So yes, you can give charity to non-Muslims who are peaceful and open toward Muslims and are not enemies of Islam. As for who is eligible to receive charity, Allah makes it clear in chapter 9, verse 60. Indeed, the charities, sadaqat, are only for the poor, the needy, those employed to collect them, those whose hearts are to be reconciled, for freeing captives, for those in debt in the cause of Allah, and for the traveler, an obligation imposed by Allah. And Allah is knowing, wise. This verse outlines 8 groups entitled to Sadaqa: the poor, the needy, those employed to collect charity, those whose hearts are to be reconciled, for freeing captives, slaves, those in debt, in the cause of Allah, the stranded traveler. Since the needy is general, it naturally includes anyone in need. And if we understand correctly the phrase, those whose hearts are to be reconciled, it can also include non-Muslims who are peaceful and open toward Muslims. Most importantly, whenever you give charity, it must be purely for the sake of Allah, not to boast or harm the recipient with reminders of your generosity. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 262, those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah, then do not follow up what they spent with reminders of generosity or with harm. For them is their reward with their Lord, and there will be no fear upon them, nor will they grieve.
Is there a specific time to give charity? I notice many Muslims only give charity in Ramadan, for example.
The needy are not only needy in Ramadan or at certain times of the year. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 274, those who spend their wealth in Allah's way, by night and by day, secretly and publicly, they will have their reward with their Lord, and there will be no fear upon them, nor will they grieve. There is no verse that says giving charity in Ramadan is rewarded more than giving at other times. In fact, from experience, this creates problems for charity organizations because donations pile up in Ramadan while people in need continue to suffer the rest of the year.
Adam, you've explained who we can give charity to and when, but what about how much we should give? Should we give everything we own, or just a little?
Great question, Omar. The Quran teaches us to always maintain balance. We're not supposed to waste our wealth, And we're not supposed to hoard it either. True believers spend moderately. Allah said in chapter 25, verse 67, "And those who, when they spend, are neither extravagant nor stingy, but are ever between that, justly moderate." So Islam encourages moderation, give generously, but don't harm yourself or your family. At the same time, don't withhold everything. Balance is the key. Give what you can spare, as Allah said in chapter 2, verse 219, and they ask you what they should spend. Say the excess beyond needs.
That's clear. But what about the way we give charity? Should it always be public or private?
Both have their place, Omar. Allah said in chapter 2, verse 271, "If you disclose your charities, they are good. But if you conceal them and give them to the poor, it is better for you, and He will remove from you some of your misdeeds. And Allah is aware of what you do." And Allah also said in chapter 2, verse 264, "O you who have believed, do not invalidate your charities with reminders of it, or other injury, like the one who spends his wealth only to be seen by the people, and does not believe in Allah in the last day." This means giving openly can inspire others to give, while giving privately protects the dignity of the poor and keeps your intention pure. The important thing is that your giving is for Allah, not to show off.
Anything else about giving to charity?
Yes, I will end with this beautiful verse. "O you who have believed, spend from the good things which you have earned, and from what we have produced for you from the earth. And do not aim toward the defective therefrom, spending from that, while you would not take it yourselves except with closed eyes. And know that Allah is free of need and praiseworthy." This verse makes it clear that when you give charity, it should be from what is good and valuable, not from what is defective or something you wouldn't accept for yourself. Imagine giving someone old clothes you wouldn't wear, spoiled food you wouldn't eat, or money you consider useless. That's not true charity. Allah is teaching us that charity should come from what you truly value. The point is, Allah doesn't need our wealth. He is free of need, yet He commands us to purify ourselves through giving. So charity is not about benefiting Allah, it's about benefiting us, cleaning our hearts from greed, helping others with dignity, and strengthening the bonds of society. And remember this verse that I've mentioned several times. Allah said in chapter 63, verse 10, "And spend in the way of Allah from what we have provided you before death approaches one of you." And he says, "My Lord, if only you would delay me for a short time so I could give charity and be among the righteous." This verse shows how serious charity is. When death comes, one of the very first regrets people will have is not giving enough. Notice that the person in this verse doesn't wish for more time to pray, fast, or make Hajj. He wishes for more time to give charity. That's how strongly Allah connects charity with righteousness. So not giving to charity is not just a missed opportunity in this life. It's something you will deeply regret on Judgment Day when it's too late to fix it.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed discovering the real Islam and found the information helpful.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can continue learning more about Islam directly from the Quran.